Hey there, it's Diane Forster, and welcome to I Have Today. This is our series where we inspire, empower, and educate you through life's transitions. And each week on this show, I bring on the coolest, most awesome, amazing CEOs, experts, entrepreneurs, influencers, and truly life changers who come on here and they share their stories of their own transitions and how they reinvented themselves and come out on the other side successful. And today, my special guest is Ashley Spadali. Welcome to the show, Ashley.
Hi. Thanks for having me.
I'm so excited to have you on the show. All right, so I'm going to tell you about Ashley in a second, but first I want to tell you what our this week's theme of the show is, and it's how to be confident and feel better about yourself, because this is something that Ashley and I have both been through, and I wanted to have Ashley on the show because we have so much symmetry in our stories and our journeys, despite the fact that we're 20 years apart from each other. That does not matter, and it doesn't matter what age you are. You go through life's transitions, and we have these journeys and experiences that we're supposed to have to help us really identify what our true purpose is and our passion is and our authentic self. And so that is what the topic of the show is today. And our theme this week is how to be my blazing self. So I want you to write that down somewhere. That is your mantra for the week. I have today to be my blazing self. All right. All right. So Ashley, let me tell you a little bit about Ashley, because she's got an unbelievable story, a fantastic business, and what she's doing and the impact she's making on the world, and how she's really helping people figure out their true voice and their authentic self through personal branding now. But she's got a very eclectic story. So, serial entrepreneur Ashley Spadali suffered from self-doubt, mindset challenges, struggles with anxiety, and imposter syndrome. I can't wait to talk about that.
Yeah.
You haven't heard about imposter syndrome, you need to tune into this show. After overcoming her own challenges naturally, because the medications she was taking were not helping her and they were making her feel sick, she journeyed down an amazing path to connect with her empathic gifts, among many others. But it was her decision, which I talk about all the time, to change her life and get over her lack of self-love that was the catapult that brought her to what she's doing today. So welcome to the show. And I'm going to let you tell your story about who you are, what you're doing, and how you got to be doing this. So
for sure.
Yeah.
So I am a personal brand coach.
Okay.
And basically what that means is I help entrepreneurs find their identity. How do they stand out online? How do they show up as their own unique self? What sets them apart from others?
Mm-hmm.
And that's really, truly by being you.
Yes.
100%. And not trying to be somebody else, not copying somebody else, not having comparisonitis. And these are things that are really difficult for most people because we're human and, we struggle with that. We're like, oh, that person's doing this person's doing that. I'm not doing it.
Yes.
And it's okay if you're not doing it. You're on your own path and your own journey.
Right. Well, yeah. I totally agree with that. And at the root core of that is lack of self-worth and
Yes.
lack of self-love and full of self-doubt because, what'd you call it? Comparisonitis. I love that. Comparisonitis. That's going to be a buzzword this week.
Yes.
You think that what everybody else is doing is what you should be doing. And you think they're more ahead or being more successful, or it just looks good because you haven't really identified your own identity and what your gifts and skills are, right?
Exactly.
Right. Okay. So you didn't just start out this way. You had a journey. So,
I did not.
So what was your journey to get you to where you are now? You've been in business for, like I said, a serial entrepreneur. You've done many, many things.
I've done many, many things. So I guess I'll go back a little bit to when I was in college. I have a degree in radio, TV, broadcast, film, the media arts, and this is over a decade ago at this point. So a lot has changed with social media, the technology. It's not the same as what I learned in school. So I've had to teach myself and grow with that. I originally was working for a TV station. Some of you guys might know, Fuse TV, and really wasn't happy. I wasn't feeling fulfilled. So the guy I was dating at the time had said, "Oh, you're so artistic, you're creative, you did makeup on student films. Why don't you pursue that?" And a light bulb went off, and I was like, okay, like, yeah, why don't I do that? So that started my journey as a makeup artist. And I went along with it. I've been published internationally in magazines. I've done makeup for New York Fashion Week. I've worked with some celebrities, done some music video work, independent film work, and worked with a dozen different cosmetic brands, a lot of them that you probably know and love and use daily.
Right.
And then while I was doing that, out of my journey, that guy that I was dating ended up cheating on me.
Okay.
And I was devastated. Didn't know like what to do with my life. I was 23. I knew I was still doing makeup, but I had like this deep pain within me. And I just started to bake cupcakes.
Oh my gosh.
And these cupcakes, I would bake so many of them that I would just start to give them out and give them away to people. And my friends and my family were like, "Why don't you do this as a business?" And that's how Glittle Cupcakes was born. And glittle is a made-up word. It means glitter and little.
Oh my God.
And I combine that together because I'm little, I'm 5 feet tall, and I love glitter.
Oh my God.
So it just became like a brand. And that business is not really in existence so much anymore, but the word glittle is. My blog is actually called glittlewonderland.com. So I kind of brought that into that. But anyway, so I would give out these cupcakes, and I worked with like Betsy Johnson and another fashion line called New York Couture and so many other brands just catering these cupcakes. They were brightly colored and tasted delicious, and I would hand deliver them in a Betsy Johnson cupcake dress and, serve them. And
how sweet. How fun.
That was one of my first businesses besides being a makeup artist. So on my journey, I hit my mid-20s, I guess, and I started to really realize that I was not happy. I had severe anxiety, and I was on medications because I couldn't function.
Yes.
And in 2012, the end of it, I woke up one day and I was just like, I can't do this anymore. I'm numb. I'm not feeling. I was overweight. I couldn't lose the weight because these medications were holding it on. It was really affecting my psyche, like seriously affecting it. So depressed, didn't really know like what I wanted to do with my life anymore, wasn't feeling fulfilled. And I decided in that moment, that's it. I'm done. I need to holistically find different things so that I can feel better and attack this anxiety that I've been dealing with since I was a kid, but I just didn't know.
Right. Exactly.
So thus started this journey of eating better and meditation and EFT and affirmations and journaling and gratitude and finding mentors and Gabrielle Bernstein, reading self-help books.
Love her.
And that kind of just opened my eyes. And while that was going on, I still was not really feeling good. And I couldn't figure it out. And I was like, my mom, she would always say to me, you don't love yourself. You hate yourself.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, we lost the picture.
Did we lose everybody?
I don't know. We might have. Are we still on?
You're delayed, so I can't tell.
Oh, okay. I think we lost the feed.
Oh, no.
Can you tell?
No.
If you guys are there, hang on 1 minute. Oh,
we're still here.
I don't know what happened, but we're still here. Okay. Let's see. Let's see who's there. Okay. We're going to keep going. Keep rolling. Okay. So, all right. So pick up where you left off. So your mom was saying to you
that I just didn't love myself. And I was thinking to myself, I love myself. What are you talking about?
Right.
I know I love myself. I mean, like, how could I not love myself?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like hated myself. Like, let's be real. Like, I really hated myself.
Yeah.
And she would always say to me, the RuPaul quote, if you don't love yourself, how the hell are you going to love somebody else? Because I was always looking for love when I really needed to be looking for that love and fulfillment inside.
Right.
To attract that love that I had been hoping that somebody else was going to fulfill. So I really started my self-love journey.
Good. I love this. I love this story. Okay.
Yeah.
Let me just touch on a couple of things already. The parallels. Okay. So you studied TV, radio, broadcasting, and communications?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I worked in advertising and television sales, and you worked at a network, a TV station, Fuse.
Yeah.
I worked at Disney ABC. You got cheated on by your boyfriend. I got cheated on by my husband. And the cupcakes business, you invented a cupcake business. I invented a sifting spoon to decorate cupcakes and other baked goods. You call it gliddle, which is the combination of glitter and little. And I call mine spifter, which is a combination of spoon and sifter. Like, is this not crazy or what?
Crazy.
I know.
Oh
This is when I said I wanted to have her on the show because our journeys are so similar.
Yeah.
That we all have this path and whatever it takes us to lead us to get us where we are. And we're both in this self-love space of really empowering people to truly love themselves. So
Yeah.
I just had to put all that symmetry in there because it's wild, right?
Yeah, it's so wild.
Right. Okay. So, all right. You talked about some of the methodologies and the things that you discovered. So when you realized that you didn't love yourself, what made you start to love yourself?
Well, there's one more huge piece within this
okay.
that I'm just going to share with you guys because I started to realize this, but I still didn't have this worth for myself. I was still not thinking highly of myself. And I entered this relationship searching for that love with this guy.
Oh, yeah.
And this guy ended up being a sociopath. And he was extremely emotionally, verbally abusive.
Wow.
And it was one of the scariest things I had ever been through. And so many women, men, they get stuck in relationships where that person finds their weakness, attacks it, and then beats you down to the point where you don't think that you're worth anything. And your brain is being literally brainwashed. And it could happen to anybody.
Totally.
So this happened to me, and I started to believe all these crazy things that this person was telling me, that I was going to get arrested for what I can't tell you. He was like trying to do suicide attempts. I had to get a restraining order. And it was a very crazy, scary, scary time. My friends didn't know what to do. My parents didn't know the reality of it until some horrible things happened. And then my dad was finally like, oh my gosh, we need to get you out.
Help her immediately. Yeah.
And then they finally did, and I got out of the situation. But this person still stalked me for an additional 6 months, and I had to hire a private investigator. And that's literally when I had to put my foot down. I, put myself in therapy and all of the tools that I was just describing, I was really starting to implement because I had enough. I was like, life is not meant to be like this. It's meant to be so much more. I deserve so much more than this. And I have to be love. Right. I have to be that for myself. And that's how I'm going to have to heal. So that was really what started the journey.
Wow. Yeah. So that was your bottom. Like that was your breaking point. Like, I've had it. This is enough. Right. Yeah. Mine happened to be a suicide attempt, which was like, this has got to change. So, okay. Yeah. You made another really good point that I want to point out, which is you said that you were seeking for it outside of you and you had to find it from within, which is so true. Everything that we want is within us. The love that we're seeking, the happiness, the peace, the joy, all the fulfillment, it all comes from within. And we have to figure out the way to bring that out in us, which you did, which is so amazing. So you figure out your way to be confident and feel better about yourself.
Yeah.
And when you did, now what's opened up in your world?
So much.
Yeah.
So much. When you give yourself permission, I'm going to say this again.
Yes.
When you give yourself permission,
Yes.
your world changes.
Yeah.
You do not need permission from anyone else.
Yep.
You do not need permission from anyone. The only permission you need is from you.
Mm-hmm.
And the answers, the magic, like you just said, it's inside already. You just have to pull it out of yourself. And it's a scary thing to do because a lot of us are so afraid what other people will think.
Right.
We're afraid of being judged and rejected.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what? At the end of the day, those are not your people.
Right.
Those are not your tribe.
Right. Right. Well, so what we're going to do next on the show is we're going to talk about 3 ways for you to do this that Ashley and I are going to collaborate on, because I know that we see eye to eye on this. I mean, look at the symmetry in our life. It's crazy, right?
Yeah.
So 3 rules. Tonight, we're making them rules. These are the rules you have to follow in order for you to be more confident and truly feel better about yourself, because that is the path to creating that self-love and that life that you want. Okay, you ready? So rule number 1 is this. You have got to stop caring what other people think. So on the heels of what you said about, no one gives you permission, you give yourself permission.
Mm-hmm.
You have to stop caring what other people think, because here's the reason why. Their opinion of you doesn't matter. The only opinion that matters is your own opinion, because at the end of the day, you're the one that decides how you feel about yourself. And
Yes.
right. So what do you think about that?
Yeah, I agree
Yeah.
with you 100%. And I know that this is not an easy thing. It's something that you have to decide.
Yes.
It's something that you choose, and it takes time. It's not going to be this light switch that goes off and
Right.
one day you wake up and you're like, I don't care anymore. Like, let's be real.
Yeah.
We all still care a little bit. I still care a little bit. We all want to be accepted. We all want love.
Right.
But you have to make that decision in order to just show up for you.
Right.
And when you do that, magical things happen.
They do. They do. I remember I was around 40 years old when I started to stop caring. And by 42, 43, 44, like it kept building. It didn't happen overnight, but it started. And now, into my 50s now, of course I care to a degree, but truly,
Yeah.
being able to just not care. And it's not that you don't care about people, you just don't care what other people think about you. And it's that 33% rule. 33% of the people are going to love you
Yeah.
and care deeply about you. 33% are not going to like you no matter what you do. I'm telling you that no matter what you do.
You want those haters though.
Yeah. And then that other 33% are not going to care either way. So they just aren't going to care either way. So
Yeah.
focus on that first 33. So yeah. All right. So elaborate on the haters. I want to hear that.
Well,
So let's talk about the
that
haters.
means you're doing something right, because most people that are hateful and are going to be mean and nasty to you are not happy with themselves, and they're not happy with their lives. People who are moving in the same direction and going down the river with you, like are on the bus, they're
Right.
on the bus, on the rocket ship to the universe, to the galaxy.
Oh yeah.
Those are your people.
Yeah.
They're going to support you, and they're going to send love and good vibes out to you right back.
Right.
And the other people are either never going to wake up, and they're just not going to have, that positivity. They're going to be negative, and they're not going to be on your rocket ship. And that's okay.
Mhm.
You don't need them. See you later.
Right.
And I think also something that goes along with this is like you choosing to do this. A lot of that is based on fear. So you need to really evaluate, what are your fears? Like, write them down. Write out what your fears are, and then write out, what would be the pros of that, because for everything, anything you're scared of on the other side of fear is the best thing you could have ever imagined.
Yeah. The breakthrough is amazing. Yeah. It's euphoric.
And it's never as bad as you think it was going to be.
Yeah, that's so
Yeah.
true. Okay. All right. Rule number 2 is this. You need to understand that there's nothing wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with you. You, God, the universe, creator, whatever you believe in, you're not a mistake. You know, I've said this 1,000 times probably already, 400 trillion to 1 odd of you being born. You're a miracle. And there is truly nothing wrong with you. We are all works in progress.
Yeah.
You know, every day we're evolving, learning, and expanding. So there's truly nothing wrong with you, right?
Yeah, I agree with that too. There is not, you're meant to be here. You have a purpose. There's a reason. If you don't know what that is, it's going to come to you. And if you have an idea about doing something, chances are that's for a reason. You're being called to do it.
Yeah. Yes. And it all happens for us at different times and different stages through different experiences. So you wouldn't be where you are today if you didn't have the past that you did.
No, not at all.
And same with me, you know, so none of that was a mistake. It was all lessons along the way to really make you evolve into the, you know, phenomenon that you are today, which is amazing.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, so rule number 3 is do your best to figure out what your unique gifts are, because we all, like every snowflake, every raindrop, every grain of sand, everything is there are no two alike. That's the same with all of us, and we are all unique in our own ways, and it's our responsibility to figure out what that is, bring those gifts to light so that we can share them with the world so the rest of us can benefit from them too. So right? Yeah.
I agree.
And that is something that you do and you're an expert at in your work is to figure that out, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think oftentimes a lot of people, because I'll go back to like the world that we live in now, it's so easy to consume a lot of information, right? And then not feel unique and not feel like you could stand out, that you're kind of drowning in a sea full of fish when maybe you are the rainbow fish.
Right.
And, you know, you have a message. So it's really just about, you know, finding what you are really passionate about and sharing it. How does that make you different? It's about building connection. It's about building community and knowing that the people that you are connecting to are people.
Yes.
They're humans.
Yeah.
And you never know what somebody's going through. You never know what somebody's life is like. And to have kindness and be compassionate. And all of this goes into building your personal brand, right down to the colors that you wear, to like what, you know, like my hair is pink. Mm-hmm. Like I woke up at 31 and was like, hey, guess what? I have been terrified to do anything to my hair. I was a brunette my entire life. My friends who were, hairdressers said, oh, it would look really cool if you dyed your hair a color. I was like, no, I would never do that. First of all, never say never.
Right.
But second of all, I was always told, I'm a unicorn in human form before my hair was pink.
Yeah.
And one day I was like, you know what? That would be kind of fun to do pink. I love pink. It's like my power color.
Yeah, we like it here too.
Yeah. And I just said, you know what? Fuck it.
Yeah.
I'm going to do it because why not? And it was one of the best decisions I've ever made for myself because I feel so much more like myself. I feel me. This fits me. It feels good.
Yeah.
I'm vibrant. I'm colorful. This reeks my personality. And I'm not saying you have to go and dye your hair a color. It doesn't even have to be like that. Even if you're more into neutral tones, that might be your brand. Maybe you always like to wear blush pink.
Right.
That's your standout color. That's your power color. When you show up online, you incorporate that, and then people identify you with that color. So it's down to something as small as that to build your own personal identity and your brand. You're going to share with people, I love matcha lattes. So you know that my favorite drink is a matcha latte, and maybe you connect on that because you love matcha too.
Right. That's so great. My favorite drink is a dirty martini. No, no, but I love that. And first of all, it looks great on you, and you wear it well because you are it. does light you up. You can tell that it lights you up. So you carry that so beautifully.
Thank you.
And everybody, like same, back to rule number 1, not caring about what other people think and really living that.
Yeah.
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 So, all right. So those are our 3 rules. Okay. So again, stop caring about what other people think. Understand that there's nothing wrong with you and do your best to figure out your unique gifts. All right. So Ashley, I want to ask you something I ask all my guests. So how do you live the I Have Today way?
So I would say I live this way by practicing all different tools on a daily basis. You know, like I wake up, I meditate, I listen to inspirational speeches every morning. I write daily gratitude lists. I say affirmations to myself. I have daily dance parties.
Yeah.
That's my jam. I just stop in the middle of the day and I have a dance party and I share it with my following and my audience. And I encourage them to do it as well, because the moment you just stop, you put on your favorite song and you dance it out, you just have this uplifting feeling to your day.
Right.
It does something. The serotonin comes out, you get excited, you get happy, and you keep moving. So those are a lot of the things that I do.
I love that. A daily dance party.
Yeah.
That raises your vibration too. So
Oh,
now
yeah.
you can think more clearly, more creatively. You definitely feel better. So that is cool. I love that. That's the way you live the I Have Today way. All right. So in your work, if somebody is interested in finding out more ways to figure out and identify their personal brand, or they want to connect with you, how can they do that?
For sure. You can head to my website, ashleyspadali.com. There is a work with me page there. And if you are interested in working one-on-one with me, you can fill out the application and apply and set up a discovery call with me. So that's how you can work with me there. I am most active on Instagram, which is at Ashley Spadali.
Okay.
And I also have a podcast called Brunch with the Universe. And you can listen to other amazing humans and their journeys, their entrepreneurial journeys, and tips, tricks, value to help you build your brand and your business and manifest and your overall life, just to lift you up and build your confidence.
I love it. I love it. Okay, so we're going to have links for all of that here in the feed. And then if this is the podcast on my website at dianeforster.com, on the podcast page, we'll have all of that there as well, too. So, all right, is there any last bit of wisdom you want to share with the audience, or anything you want to say to the audience?
I'm just going to, I guess, say some of the same things that we've already said, but just like really get in there and remind you guys that you're unique. You know, you already have the magic inside you. You have the ability. You are so capable to do anything that you believe. If you believe in yourself, and you can. You can do anything. You can materialize anything you want in your life. And you know, don't worry about the how.
Yep.
Just start.
That's great. That's great. And your story is, you look at how much you did, how many different industries, like you weren't afraid to try. You just kept going after it and going after it and going after it. And until you found this. And God, who knows how long you'll do this? Maybe forever, but maybe not. But like, so living as fearlessly as you are living now, you're such an example. So we're so grateful that you were here on the show. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, my pleasure. My pleasure. I'm sure we'll have you back, and I'm sure we'll definitely stay connected, because based on our past, we have so much symmetry. It's crazy.
So much.
But I want to make a special offer to you too. You know, one of the things besides figuring out, you know, the 3 rules that we said today, is a lot of people get stuck and they don't know how to make a change, because they've got limiting beliefs that they're not good enough, or worthy enough, or smart enough, or pretty, fill in the blank enough. And so where that stems from are these limiting beliefs that got anchored in us literally from birth on, especially those first 8 years, those young years. Yeah. And there's no way to clear out that those viruses in your hard drive, that is your subconscious, without making a concerted effort and doing tried and true processes to do that. And what I've developed and work with and do with my clients is something I call a personalized mantra meditation. They're very powerful. You shift right away. And it's what you said, the habits and the repetition of keeping that work going, except this is laser focused on you. It's personalized and customized to you, your story, your past, all of that. And so it's what I call my rapid mindset, easy for me to say, rapid mindset shift program. Okay. And we're going to have a link for it here, because for a very limited time, what I'm doing is I am offering it at a very special rate, a discounted rate. So we're going to have a link for it in the comment section as well. So act quickly on that. And you know what? Make today, because this is all you have, as I have today. This is all you have, your day that you decide that you love yourself enough to make decisions to create the life of your dream, empowered with passion and purpose, and truly living authentically like Ashley is. So again, it's the Rapid Mindset Shift program, and that is available at the link below at dianeforster.com in the shop page area. So on that note, I want to say thank you so much again for being on the show. It was a great show. Again, your mantra this week, your intention is, I have today to be my blazing self. So go out there and do it. This is Diane Forster, and we'll see you next time. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.
Bye.